No matter how it may seem, no one has control over your life except for you. This is not personal, financial, or life advice. We're just a couple of guys and an occasional guest talking out loud. Welcome to the What Are We Doing podcast.
What's up? What's up? Good morning.
Yo.
It's Monday morning. Let's get right. We here to bring y'all some gems. Y'all know my name, Handsome Kelly. Y'all know who's right next to me. Who we got?
Kadeem Brown, live in the flesh, back like I never left. What's up, everyone?
We got a special episode today.
Special
episode. So this is our first episode we're gonna be recording. We got the guru right here, Alejandro Martin. He's in the building.
Yeah,
he's at the palace right now.
We added to the team. We got some videos for you guys up soon. So
yeah, we just posted. This already got 100,000 views on YouTube. So I want him to cut that check, man. They taking too long, man. But what's going on is Monday morning. I know you guys are headed back to work. Some guys, or some girls, probably took the day off. It don't matter. You're still gonna be productive. I know how y'all are. All right. Let's get back to it though. Weekly catch up.
How's everything? How's your week, bro?
My week was really good.
What you getting into? Let's hear it. I got
into a lot this week. This was a snow week that just passed.
Yeah, bro. This snow
was 70 degrees one day.
Yo, the day before, bro, it was, I won't say beautiful, but it was nice. Like, it was nice. I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to spring coming. It's about to be summer school. We about to get outside. Summer school. It's about to be summer soon. We're about to get outside, start chilling. Then the next day.
You telling on yourself, summer school? That's what that is? You know what's crazy about it? I remember, too, I was talking to Sha about it, and literally, I was like, man, this is going to be a waste state line. It's not really going to be snowing like that. Mm-hmm. I think like 3 hours later, it started really coming down.
Yeah, because it was raining. It was raining for the longest. But I have friends in Pennsylvania and Jersey, and it was snowing like crazy over there.
Jersey got murdered.
Yeah, they got killed. I think the kids are still from school today. Like,
I heard that it was some people who actually left their car on the roads.
Yeah, you had to, bro. People are out.
That's crazy.
We lost electricity here, but it was only for a couple of hours. But like people in Jersey, they lost.
Still people who don't have power from the last storm.
For real?
Yeah,
I could imagine, bro. That's crazy.
In New York.
This New York, bro. You never know what's gonna hit you. You gotta be prepared for everything.
You don't.
Yeah, but for this week wasn't a bad week. Like I said, I told you guys I still like work at JFK also. So I was at JFK like for so long, at least 24 hours, bro, which was killing me. Yeah, killing me. So
you eating though?
I was eating, but yeah.
Yeah, you taking me out to eat next time, right?
Yeah.
That's how you doing, huh? Besides that, what else you got done?
I'm still doing that credit course. Oh, you know what I want to start doing? I got a lot of good feedback on Monday. I had posted like credit tips. I think I'm going to start doing that because I told you guys I'm taking that credit course. So I'm learning a lot of value information.
Also, it's free tips you're giving out. Who can't beat that?
Exactly. So like the tip I posted on Monday, it's going to be the first and last time I'm telling you guys the tip I posted. You guys need to follow me on Instagram at Way Too Irrational. But the tip I gave on Monday is to Chase Freedom Card right now. It's giving 5% cash back to all gas station purchases every time you pay your cell phone or home like cable bill. And
let them know.
There's something else about it, but those are the two main ones that is giving 5% cash back until the end of the month. So
one more time, say it again. They didn't hear you.
All right, so Chase Freedom Card right now is giving 5% cash back on all gas station purchases, and when you use your credit card to pay your cell phone bill or your cable bill, or if you use Chase Chase Pay, Apple Pay, and those other paid service. So you can get 5% cash back. So you're literally getting money back for paying your bills. And literally what you have to do is just swipe your card at the gas station. You go back in your car, you sit down, and then you just pay your bill right there. Like you don't let it go over to the next month, then you'll recur interest. So you just list it, go back in your car, pay your bill. Same thing with your cell phone bill. You $100 a month, boom, you pay that, and you go right back and just type in your information and get the money back. Yeah.
We're not even 4 minutes in the episode.
And that's gems.
And that's gems already.
So
y'all driving to work, y'all at work right now. Either or.
Y'all heading to the gas station to go fill up your car for the week. Yo, check out that Chase Freedom Card.
On that lunch break, you know what to do.
Yeah, so I'm going to start doing that. I have another tip on Monday. Like I said, I'm not going to say on the podcast anymore. So follow me on at Instagram at Way Too Irrational. And yeah, I got another good one coming up on Monday to
And we doing credit and also doing financial advice. So I got a lot of feedback. I asked a question on Instagram in regards to me giving feedback on financial tips that I do know of.
Yeah.
It was really good feedback, so I decided to go out and do that. So I plan on doing it like every 2-3 days.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, as we learn stuff, we want to share the knowledge.
Right.
But it's also good for you guys to go and get that knowledge yourself. But like, I don't.
Yeah, don't just believe everything that we're saying.
Exactly.
We could be lying to you guys. Seriously though, you always want to research what you hear.
Exactly.
No matter who it's coming from. It could be Warren
yeah.
Buffett tell you something. You want to research
exactly.
it. Actually, Warren Buffett said that Bitcoin is a flop, and then that shit.
You know who else said that? The
Charlie Munger too.
The CEO of Chase said that also.
He did.
The CEO of Chase said that Bitcoin.
Yeah, but look how much they dropped. The Goldman Sachs CEO did the same thing.
Yeah, they all.
I mean, you know how they are.
Yeah. We know what's happening. So yeah, bro. I mean that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else I really did this week. That's about it. Yeah.
It was productive or busy?
Well, you guys listened to it on Monday, so yesterday I'm having
productive or busy.
Oh, productive. Always productive.
That's what matters.
Yeah. On Sunday, I have a really all day meeting with my business partner. She's gonna be on a podcast too. Shout out to Jada. We have a meeting where we're starting up not a new, but we've been talking about it for a long time, planning and stuff. So we're actually executing. I don't want to say anything now because she still have to come down here to sign some paperwork and stuff like that. So once everything's signed and everything, I'll start putting you guys on. And when it launches, you guys will be the first to know, basically. You guys will get all the perks.
You're better than me because until my paperwork is signed, I'm not talking about anything.
Not talking about anything, yeah. So
I'm just saying I'm doing something. I'm keeping it like that. I got a few deals going on too, but again, paperwork's not signed. So
yeah. We definitely have to have her on the podcast too. She'll be out here, I think, like in 2 weeks. So look forward to that, maybe in a month or so.
It's gonna be big. That's gonna be a big one.
Yeah.
She's
a lot of knowledge.
Yeah,
a lot of knowledge right there. Exactly. So yeah, where we left off last week, basically.
We broke down her email. If you guys want to check out the entire email, it is the last few minutes of the last episode 5. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down this email paragraph and paragraph. So because of the fact that it's not that it is a long email, we're just gonna read it paragraph. So let's you started off and then we go like that.
All right. So for paragraph 1, I don't even have the whole paragraph. I cut it down, chopped it down. So if, like H said, if you want to hear the whole email, just go back to the last, I think last 5 minutes of podcast number 5, and you can hear the whole email. But to start it off, in podcast number 3, you touched on the important topic, but I think the wording can cause people to miss the overachieving message. I think the better word to use instead of tolerating would be discipline. And what I do, I want to summarize. Give you the definition of tolerate and give you the definition of discipline. So we're right there. So the definition of tolerate is allow the existent occurrence or practice of something that one does not necessarily like or agree with without interference. That's tolerant.
And discipline?
And discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience.
Now, I wanted you to start off purposely. Yeah, I want you to break it down because I have a great breakdown on this one.
All right. So basically, I think tolerance and discipline goes hand in hand. Yeah, you can also they're both the practice and behavior. So like when you say practice, anything you're practicing, you're necessarily not good at first, and then over time you're gonna get better through practice, through discipline. And like I said, discipline is the training. And you have to tolerate, I feel like, that discipline. So you're tolerating the discipline that you're going through. And that's just something that your body might agree with if you're like training for like athletic event, or your mind might agree with. You're kind of training yourself to agree or to be disciplined, basically.
Well, with that, right? As you said, tolerate, it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
But remember something too. If you practice something, you can also practice something that's bad.
Of course.
So you can tolerate the bad things as well as discipline yourself to get to the bad things as well. Going back, I don't think that would be a better word. I think we should keep it at tolerating because again, discipline, it goes hand in hand, but it really much differs.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, like you said, tolerate. You can have discipline and you can practice bad behavior too. And I feel like that's where not even bad behavior, but even people growing up in not the best neighborhoods or something like that.
That's what she brought down.
Right? Yeah, that's what she kind of brought up. Topic 2 is they're not they're really practicing or doing what they know, what's around them, basically. So like you said, you might learn the wrong thing, and like we even said in the beginning of the podcast, like don't believe us for everything, don't believe that we're right thing. and it's on your surroundings also, and that's why we always say, like, surround yourself with, like, people who are pushing you and doing the right things, because you're gonna pick up what other people are, like, pulling down or, like, what they're going for. So yeah,
that's funny.
So I don't know if you want to add anything to that. I mean, there's a lot more stuff. The next one has more chunks, so you can read the next one and then we'll keep
the next
going.
one is self-motivation versus discipline. This is really a continuation of it. Now, Erica, she said, people love to talk about where they want to be, but they don't practice discipline. It's easy to fake moves, but motivation with no discipline equals no progress. A daily routine requires discipline. Habit requires discipline. Changing your life requires the discipline to do something different. I am not sure who your demographic is, but for young people that grow up in the hood or in poverty, you are used to seeing people survive and take life in the way it comes. With little or no resources, it's hard to plan. The type of life that does not require much discipline, most end up repeating those behaviors. People really don't think their life can be different, which is why I like that you start your podcast by saying you are in control of your life. Now, what I did was I broke down that paragraph. I first started with Erica saying the need for attention with social media. Now, with me, I feel that that goes into why people fake things or they aren't consistent. When you look at social media, right? Social media, they have it in our head where you got like this or you got like that, or who has the most followers. That's why plenty of people, if you post something, they'll say, oh, you got 100 likes or you got 200 likes. They look for that as important. Mm-hmm. And with that being needy, they want to do anything that's going to get them attention. Not anything that's going to be productive, but that's going to give them attention. So let's say if I go to a car dealership, because I know cars get me attention. If I go to a car dealership, I know cars gonna get me attention. If I take a picture of the car and I post it, people gonna be like, "Oh, you grinding, you making it happen, blah blah." But I'm just doing it for the attention. I'm not doing it for myself. So another thing too is well, she said why breaking a habit is hard. I feel that breaking a habit is hard because it's all mental. Like if you ever, let's say someone do a New Year's resolution. Majority of people, they mess up like the third or fourth week. The reason why, because they lack the consistency. And when you lack it, you go back to things that are habitual. And what's habitual for you is what you do. That's the normal. So if I'm so used to waking up and staying in bed for an hour, getting up an hour after that, not going to the gym, when that practice of me doing it, when it breaks the habit, I'm going to go back to what I was doing. And that's me staying in bed. And the last thing is, which is you said the easy way out, which is not doing the work. I feel that many people, they strive to want change, but wanting change requires you to do something different. Mm-hmm. And if you're not going to do something different, you're not going to get that change. Mm-hmm. And again, too, doing something different requires you to put the work in. And many people, they can't stomach that. They can't stomach getting to their goals by putting the work in because they're not used to it. They're not used to breaking that ceiling. They're not used to wanting to break that ceiling to become a better version of themselves. So they go back to habits.
Yeah, and I feel like with that, changing that habit or breaking that habit, I feel like most people do want different lives. I mean, a lot of people are not complacent with their life. A lot of people don't want to live the life they want to live. They want better from their life. But at the same time, a lot of people don't have that guidance. That's a big thing also. Not a lot of people have guidance of where the right way to take. All they're surrounded by is negative things. They don't have nobody to tell them, okay, do this, do that to get this result. Or at the same time, they haven't seen anybody do what they want to do before to get the results that they're looking for.
But that's also an excuse that people give themselves. Mm-hmm. I feel that that saying is not I feel that saying is outdated because with the use of social media and the use of our phones, everything is out there. Mm-hmm. Whether we look at what's that guy with the colorful hair?
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
We look at him. Some people look up to him, and some people look up to Jay-Z. So many different artists that people look up to. So you, if that person has what I want, I'm gonna follow that person's footsteps.
Yeah, and exactly, and that's why I don't knock anybody that looks up to like those guys like that because you don't know what situation they're in right now. So that situation that the other person could be in, that can be like, yo, that's the holy grail to them. Basically, like I want that, and like I said, the influences around you, that's actually attainable for people.
Right,
like
right.
Think mentally, that's attainable for me. So all I need to do is get to that level, and I can live, quote unquote, how this guy portrays himself to live.
Because that influences them to do what they do.
Exactly. And the same thing with discipline, like you mentioned before. Discipline is practice, like we said in the definition. Over. Anything with practice, it takes time. So over time, you're gonna have to adjust and change. It's gonna be hard at first, but through discipline and through keep on practicing and practicing the craft, or changing those bad habits, or reaching that next level of success that you want to, it's gonna take discipline.
Yeah, even with waking up and brushing your teeth, that's not something that you just do out of nowhere. You got to discipline your body and your mind so that when I wake up, the first thing I'm going to do is brush my teeth.
Exactly. And like you said, the action. That action is what separates those successful people from non-successful people. Like we said before, a lot of people talk about it and want to do some this or do that.
They don't make it happen.
A lot of people lack that action. It's hard to take that action sometimes too, because a lot of people think themselves out of doing stuff so many times. I mean, it used to happen to me a lot. I used to want to do this, want to do that, and I used to just think, and then you start thinking, and all of a sudden you're thinking yourself out of it. You're thinking about all the negative things the same.
It's just like that. Well, I'll let you keep going.
I was saying in the quote right here that I had today, like my quote of the day is commit first, figure the rest out later. That's a perfect quote for this podcast because you just got to commit and do first, and then let the rest happen after that.
I used to be like that too. I would think myself out of doing something.
Yeah. And
it's a statue, the famous statue, the thinker.
Abraham Lincoln.
I thought we spoke about this before. We did.
Yeah, we did speak about this.
It's not Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. So it's a statue called the thinker. The guy's actually thinking. It's just like that. Like people will spend so much time thinking that they'll just be a statue and they're not doing anything to move forward.
So I talked to this immigrant one time who came to this country a lot of years back, and he owns a hedge fund right now. And he was just telling me about the start of the hedge fund. He said he came here and he didn't have any plans really. He knew what he wanted to do. He knew that he wanted to open a hedge fund. He knew he wanted to be in finance. So what did he do? He just started. He from day one, he acted like he owned the biggest hedge fund in the world. And he said eventually the fines started coming in because he didn't have this paperwork. He didn't have that paperwork. And what did he do? He just paid the fine and learned from it and kept on moving and growing and growing and growing and growing. And that's the way of committing first. If you want to do something, commit to it, make it happen, and then figure the shit out later.
Yeah, because you don't want to live your life with like a hamster wheel.
Exactly, just running
like
around.
A statue.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot, and it's a lot easier to talk about things than to actually do it as well.
I mean that's anything though.
Yeah, I agree.
What is that saying? It's not talk is cheap. It's similar to that.
I'm not sure.
It boils down. Well, it's not talk is cheap though, but it's like it's something with talk. Forget it. Forget it.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah. So that basically sums it up. Yeah, as you says, people like to talk about what they're doing instead of actually doing. I think it comes down to guidance. I feel like the main thing comes down to guidance, finding that mentor. That's why I feel like teachers are so important also, because they show the opportunity that can be happen. And so breaking down the next paragraph,
even thinking about when Kadeem said, sorry about that. Even thinking about when Kadeem said people ask him questions instead of Googling it. The education system does not encourage critical thinking or self-motivated learning. Literally, some people only know what they ask, and the answer given is taken at face value. There's no after research.
Keep on reading the next paragraph.
Oh, you want to combine that?
Yeah. Keep on reading.
Being mindful of what you are allowing in your life means you have to live in the present and be in touch with reality. I've noticed that people can envision themselves as leaders and in positions of power, but can't tell you what they're doing in the present to achieve these goals. They haven't done skill inventory on themselves to see where they want to go or study the habits of people who are going what they want to know, even the skills to attain it. They can't even tell you what their skills to get into their current place of work, let alone maybe a podcast on how to, then we go to that. Maybe a podcast on how to understand / find value in the work that one is doing right now that can bring them to the next level.
Yeah.
All right. Let me start this off.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I broke down the first part. Literally, some people only know what they ask and the answer is taken at face value. There's no after research. Now, I feel that the modern day and age, this boils down to the microwave mentality, also the influence of social media on what you believe. Now, if you pay attention, on social media, you'll see the same things over and over that get the same likes and the same retweets. That's what people believe. That's their news. So let's say if somebody posts something that gets a million retweets, a million likes, and let's say it's not facts. You'll see that over and over. Yeah. So now you'll see people believing that. And I think that it boils down to the need for quote unquote attention or the need for attention or importance. So you'll see that person of being quote unquote influential just because they got the likes. Like, let's say something that Donald Trump might post or he'll say. We don't know, a lot of it is bullshit. But if he'll say it and then people say that it'll get so many retweets and so many likes that they'll think it's true.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, social media plays a big thing. Exactly what and people don't want to put in that works also. Like you said, like people think how social media thinks.
Yeah.
When they see somebody post something, that's automatically their views.
Right.
People are not going out and thinking for themselves anymore. I feel like they're making social media do the thinking and everything from themselves. Also, if we touch back, remember I told you guys a couple of weeks how I took my phone out of my room. I stopped sleeping with my phone in my room. And ever since I started doing that, honestly, like, I didn't realize how long I was up until I finally fell asleep. I'm legit up probably like 10 to 20 minutes before I actually fall asleep. And before I took my cell phone out the room, I was on my phone for that 10 or 20 minutes, just bringing in all the crap from social media and everything like that, whether it was texting, talking on the phone, or doing something for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Ever since I took my phone out my room, I actually started thinking. I actually started using my like brain, I would say. I actually started thinking about planning out my next day, thinking about stuff that happened the day previously, and really analyzing that and making my own assumption and stuff like that from there. So like I said, a lot of people use other people to think for them now, and it's so easy for somebody to manipulate you and make you think how they want to think. And I feel like that goes back to like even advertisements and things like that. You start thinking about what people manipulate to think the way they want to think, and that's the reason why I don't watch the news really, because one, there's a whole heap of shit on that will never affect you. It's just bringing in negative vibes and everything.
Because
like
negativity sells, especially in America.
Exactly. Yeah.
People focus more on gossip. People focus more on things that are negative rather than what's positive. And it's so funny because what's quote unquote in right now is positive vibes only, or everybody want to be an entrepreneur, everybody want motivational. But they still have that going back to habits. They still have the habit of garbage is what's going to push me, going to keep me moving forward. So let me go towards garbage.
Yeah, and she also talks about people don't they know what they want to do, but they're not gaining the skills, or they don't even know what skills they need to gain to take them to the next level. And for me, skills are so important. Like that's the only way you're gonna make more money. How do you make more money? By increasing your skill set, by increasing your knowledge and things like that. So even if you're working a job or anything like that, make sure you're in the job that is pushing you and taking you to the next level, increasing your skills to reach that final destination that you're trying to get.
And the easy part is that you have to study success. You know, if you really want to be successful, you have to study the ones who came before you. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be being the greatest janitor. It could be a hedge fund manager. No matter what you feel success is, study this person who's already in that field. So that way that you can learn from their mistakes. You don't have to repeat the same mistakes.
Yeah, because no matter, at least 90% of your goals, somebody has already done it already. Somebody's already done it, accomplished, knocked it out, and they're on to the next stuff. Still study that person, and you don't have to mimic them exactly, but take the key stuff, take what worked for them, and then find somebody else to accomplish that goal. Take what worked for them and kind of create your own lane and then do it yourself. But you have to, like, why do something and make your mistakes and everything like that when somebody already did it and made the mistakes for you?
Right, guys. And you have to just take the step. As we said before, when thinking, a lot of people, they get caught up with not taking a step. Just think about it like this, right? If you ever want to get to the second floor of a building, you have to do what? Take the step. Even if you get in an elevator, you have to take the step towards the elevator. You're not just going to teleport to the second floor. So just take the step.
Yeah, I agree.
One more thing is breaking down that paragraph. I'm clear. I'm clear, guys. Blah 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 blah.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
That was my mic check. But breaking that down one more time is the value and work you're currently doing. Now, how can your current job help you towards your overall goal? You know, that's actually what a question that you guys should ask yourself. It could be my last job. My last job was working with the youth, right? Yeah. Now, I had to go through so many characteristics. So that helped me towards my overall goal. Now, my overall goal is want to be influential with the world. Now, with those high school teenagers, I had to understand this character. I have to understand people that are going to be more mature, people that aren't going to be mature. So that right there, that helped me out towards my overall goal. So anything that you can take from your current job, it doesn't matter what it is. Just take one little thing that's going to help you to your overall goal.
Yeah, bam. Next paragraph is also a good book to mention would be probably What Got You Here Won't Get You There by Marshall Goldsmith. For people that have reached far in their career/goals, to make them aware of the way they show up in their interpersonal relationships can be preventing them from reaching the next level of success. Are a podcast on social currency and how to successfully maintain those relationships outside of social media. Bam. So social media is so crazy. I feel like social media now is making it so hard for people to communicate. That's killing communication. I feel like, even thinking about, like, okay, a lot of people use social media and stuff to find for relationships, find girls. You want a bad girl and social media and things like that. If you think about it now, you talk to a girl, you're talking to the girl on social media, boom, you're talking to her, you get her number. Then now you guys are texting. Back when we were growing up, which was not even a long time ago, like we weren't texting like that. We didn't have full keyboards.
That's how fast technology is moving.
Exactly.
It wasn't even that long ago.
Exactly. We didn't even have full keyboards, so it was phone conversations, and we're building those relationships and those communication skills and to successfully close a deal. Basically, now everything's done in social media. Now even when you meet somebody in person that you're having a great social media like interaction with, you're meeting them and you can't even communicate with them. There's not even the same person that you met on social media.
And the reason why is because social media is taking away from us regular skills. Yeah. So I feel like it's like basics, as you said, basic skills I feel are becoming extinct. Mm-hmm. Communication.
Yeah.
Even if you on a date, right? If you go on a date, the first thing you're gonna do is take out your phone, take a picture. You got to take a picture, but you post it, and then after that, you say a few things. Boom, you guys are back on your phones.
Yeah.
That right there is so many basic skills, like just communication that's becoming extinct. Why? Because social media. So what they'll do is they'll probably even talk to themselves on social media, right in front of each other.
Exactly.
Text each other just like that, just to keep that conversation going. But
tag each other.
And stuff but you can't do it outside of social media.
Exactly. It's hard, and I see that happening all the time. Like I seen like trying to talk to younger people and stuff like that. They don't want to talk.
You just gotta put your phone down.
When I'm driving sometime and I'm always trying to have conversations with people, like it's always the younger generation that has their head down and just in their phone when somebody they never met is trying to talk to them. Like, why would you not want to make that new connection and new relationship? People have their heads down so much in their phone, they're missing opportunities that's passing them by.
Yeah, it's the gift and the curse with these phones, because we can do so much with our phones, but we can lose so much because of our phones.
Easily at the blink of an eye. Yeah, that was a gem right there. We need to get these sound effects going, bro.
Yeah, we definitely do. I researched it.
You did?
Yeah, it's expensive. I think we can get the equipment though and hook it up that way.
Yeah.
They added online. I think it was like you had to pay a ridiculous amount of money for that.
Nah, we'll make something happen. We'll find somebody.
Yeah, because I can't get doing sound effects. I gotta keep drinking water.
Yeah.
The next one. You want to read this one?
Which one is this?
Looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to this relationship podcast. Ooh. I could write an entire email on the influence of a supportive / non-supportive partner. I see memes that people repost on the gram that say your relationship won't grow if you don't spend time developing it. Facts, but. You could tell she's from New York because she says facts. She wrote facts.
She got on Tim's.
But neither will your career / goals. Not everyone has a 9 to 5, can solely network or do work during those hours. So we touched on that, and I think we touched on that in the previous episode. Somebody asked a question about relationships. I think it was last episode we talked about. Gio asked a question on relationships, and I completely agree with that. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship as a partner, like boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife relationship.
That's still a relationship, though.
Yeah, it's a friendship too. Yeah, any type of relationship. Yeah, any type of relationship, friendship, love, family, friends. They have to support you. Grant Cardone even mentioned the time he was trying to actually be productive, because not a lot of people know that. Like Grant Cardone, he was a drug addict till he was like 25. It took him almost till he was like 30, 33 to actually start making money. And in that time, even his own mother was not the most supportive in what he was doing, and he legit had to tell her like, yo, like he had to tell her how to answer questions. So he had to just be like, when I ask you this, say this. That's right. That's all I want to hear from you to keep me motivated. So yeah, relationships are the most important things. People around you are the most important thing. If you don't have the right team around you, if you don't have the right people around you, you're gonna fail. Or if you do, it's gonna take you so much longer, because it's gonna be so much harder to take to the next step and to reach that next step.
Yeah, you gotta have a support partner as well.
Exactly.
Plenty of people, they're in a relationship, but they're in a relationship with like a super villain. Like I think I've said it before.
Yeah,
you want to have it where your partner, this is the person in reference of your boyfriend or girlfriend. Your partner is very supportive of your goals and also accountable of your goals as well. if you're with someone who's a super villain, how can you prosper like that? You're fighting against the world, and you're gonna come home and fight against each other. That's not gonna be supportive. That also boils down to you have to accountability partner. You have to also have relationship as a journey. People look at a relationship like, oh, we're together. No, it's also a journey. And with this journey, it requires you to understand how to prosper along this journey. You have to understand that obstacles are going to happen, but we need to figure out how to come past these obstacles.
Yeah, and I want to read this quote also. A relationship isn't always 50-50. Some days your partner will struggle. You suck it up and pick it up. That's 80-20 because you need that.
Posted that.
Huh? She posted that, right?
Yeah, she definitely
did. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was a good quote because it's not always 50-50. Sometimes you're not going to be in the mood. Sometimes you're going to feel like shit is against you. Things are not going your way or anything like that. And it's so important for you to have that support system that can pick you up, that can take you to the next level, that can pick you up when you're not in a good mood. I mean, we all have our bad moods. I have our bad moods. H has his bad moods. We have those moods that's like, fuck it, I just want to end. Like, I just want to, like,
that's actually the thing that I love about our relationship is because when I'm down and I'm mentally down or I'm facing a lot, she lifts me back up.
Exactly. Yep.
And you do need that. And it's an importance of communication. We think that just because we're in a relationship that we don't have to communicate. Communication is everything. Like what we did, we just had an evaluation, and our evaluation consisted of, all right, what's working, what's not working, what can we improve on, what needs to be taken away, and so forth. That's needed.
Yeah.
Because you can communicate, but you can communicate on the wrong things.
Exactly.
Like you could just talk, how's your day? My day is good. That's communication.
Exactly.
But if you break it down, how was your day? Why was it good? You want to break it down, and you also want to have fun with that person. Because just imagine in a relationship and you guys aren't having fun. That's boring.
Exactly.
You can do the same thing over and over because even I don't want to be with someone 24/7. It doesn't matter if it's Shy, my mother. It doesn't matter who. I don't want to be with someone 24/7. Exactly. So you have to give each other space. Exactly. In any relationship, you got to give each other space. But you also have to communicate. And with that communication, find out what that person likes. Find out what that person doesn't like. You don't want to make it where you guys are repeating the same thing over and over because that's going to become a hamster wheel and you're not moving forward with that.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that was basically, we broke down the email like that. I have a question like this off topic. I mean, but how do you feel about like therapists? How do you feel like speaking to a therapist?
Bullshit.
And you think it's bullshit?
I can talk to you about it. What don't you just talk to therapists for?
Nah, bro, I don't think so.
But I feel that therapists, they ask the questions that we don't ask each other.
That's the thing. I feel like
so why don't you ask the question? That's it.
Because sometimes you don't feel like it's not easy to open up with people.
Then you're with the wrong person if you can't open up.
No, I'm not talking about in just relationship. No, I'm not talking about like relationship
in general.
therapy. Yeah, like
you need to learn how to open up. But here's the thing, right? Because we pay therapists things that we could do for ourselves.
Nah, I don't think so, bro. The same way how you go to the gym and you pay a personal trainer to train your body, I feel like a therapist is there and you go to there to train your mind, to help you see stuff, to answer questions that like okay, for me and you.
So would that be a therapist, or you could also look at it as like a spiritual mentor?
Yeah, there's different aspects. A spiritual mentor is just gonna actually help you on the spiritual side, but
that's getting your mind right.
Yeah, and the therapist is gonna help you with the overall just mind and direction, helping you navigate through your life.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's not necessarily true though.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I don't need a therapist.
Why not?
Why?
I'm asking you. Why don't you think you need a therapist?
The questions that the therapist is gonna ask me, I can ask myself, or I can speak to someone. And I can say this is bothering me, that's bothering me, and they can break that down. Like, why is that bothering me? All you have to do is get to the root of it. Therapists get to the root.
All right, but
so why you can't get to the root?
All right, but the thing is, people are naturally like want to talk about themselves all the time.
Right.
Like when you talk to me, I also want to tell you something how I agree with. It's rare, and me and you are in positions where a lot of people come to us with problems.
Right.
Me and you are in the positions where it's hard, and we don't really have that person that we can go and sit down and talk to and tell somebody our problems. We don't have that person.
I have that person. So see, there it goes.
No, I
see where you're going, but I'm going to debunk it.
Because
I feel that also boils to the individual. Mm-hmm. But then again, if it boils to the individual, that individual can ask. All you have to do is just get to the root of things.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get to the root, you understand why the tree blossoms and the tree grows. If you don't get to the root, how are you going to know how the tree grows?
Yeah, but I feel like a therapist,
and she could be a problem.
A therapist is there to help you get to the root and help to see you.
You don't have to have a therapist to do that, though. You can do that with yourself, or you can do that with another individual, but it doesn't have to be a quote unquote therapist that you go to.
But I just think that a therapist is they're there and they're trained to do that. Somebody else, if you come to me and talk to me and stuff like that, it is not going to be the same as you going to sit down with a therapist who's helping you plan and guide, and all the attention's on you. If you talk to me, I'm going to have some input about my life as too. I'm going to be biased and have my input as well.
Right.
I feel like a therapist, if you go speak to them solely.
So you're trying to say because they will know how to answer the question you're asking.
Exactly. And they'll know that's their profession. They're trained into helping you get to the next level. They're trained into help really dig down into the root of the cause and issues. Things that you might not even see yourself. Things that I might not even see, I might not know.
All right. So I went to a momentum event, right?
Okay.
It was a 3-day event.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was a 3-day event. That could be therapy, but it was also a mentor because he became a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't pay him. We don't sit on the couch. We just have conversations. I tell how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
He breaks that down, gets to the root of it, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
That's just also a mentor. So you need to have the right mentor as well to break it down.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like mentors and
it depends on which mentor you have, though.
Are two completely different things, though.
A therapist can't be a mentor?
Nah,
Why not?
I don't know. Because a mentor is somebody guiding you.
Well, you just said therapist guide you.
No, I didn't finish yet. A mentor is somebody guiding you to a certain profession, like somebody navigating you. Like you have a goal, like say you want to do real estate. Your mentor is guiding you to do real estate.
That's not true either, though. Because you can have a life mentor. Like you don't have to have one mentor that's just aimed towards your success. Mm-hmm. You can have a mentor that can help you get back on your feet. You can have a mentor that give for your spirit. You can have a mentor for your body, for the gym. That could be your mentor.
Exactly.
I have different mentors. I don't have one single mentor.
Of course, nobody. It's almost impossible to find that one mentor because everybody you want to take different stuff from everybody.
So why can't a therapist be my mentor then? If he helps my spirit out, why can't he be my mentor?
That he's not your mentor though, because you're almost paying him to help you navigate through life. Basically, that's not a mentor though. Nah,
because I'm paying him.
A mentor is helping you, guide you to a goal.
But what if your goal is to be in one with your spirit?
Then you get a spiritual mentor.
But that's my therapist.
No, we need the definition of a therapist right now. I will pull up the definition of the therapist.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna put this on pause while we go research, and then we're gonna press play. So this is our first time editing this episode.
All right, let's see. All right, so a therapist. The definition of a therapist is a trained person in the use of psychological methods for helping patients overcome psychological problems.
Okay.
Your mentor is not helping you overcome no damn psychological problem.
You don't know what type of mentor I have for my spirit though, because that a mentor for my spirit.
You're using spirit.
Towards
spirit is not your psychological. Spirit is it's a own category itself. A therapist is helping you with life, like overall life, helping you find root of problems, things that you might not even know that's bothering you.
You can have a spirit therapist for that. I mean, a spirit mentor for that.
Nobody's digging into you like nobody's really going down.
So what if you have a mentor who was a therapist though? Then what? That's what I'm telling you that I have.
You're reaching, bro. You're reaching.
I'm not reaching.
Bro.
That's what I have. Though. I have a mentor who's also a therapist.
No, you're reaching now, bro. But that's a therapist then, bro.
But he's also my mentor. I don't go to him and say, "Hey, I'm paying you this amount to do this." To do this. No, we speak.
Really just say that?
Bro.
I'm not agreeing to that.
A therapist.
What are you not agreeing to though?
I'm not agreeing that you need a therapist. You don't need a therapist.
People who are in denial of therapists are the people that need it more.
That's not true because I have been to therapy before.
Oh, so you've been to therapy,
right?
All right, so let's hear your experience then.
I don't need a therapist.
Why do you? Okay, so what was your sessions like with the therapist? Why don't you feel like you don't need a therapist?
I literally can ask myself the same questions though.
Like all you're saying is you don't need a therapist. Like why are you speaking so general? Like it's something that people may need. When you say you don't need a therapist, that's like in general nobody.
But you don't need one though. You can literally like we go to other people too much. We give people too much of our money that you don't need to pay someone to get to your own mind. You can get to your mind yourself.
It's not even about the money aspect.
But you don't know how to ask certain questions for yourself, or you don't know how to talk to someone so they can ask the questions for you.
Some people are in the stage they're going through things they don't know how to deal with. They need guidance to take them to the next level.
But you can talk to someone who understands that doesn't have to be a therapist. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you don't need a therapist though.
What if in the event that you don't find somebody in your personal life.
Because it boils down to you rather talk to a stranger than talk to a one-on-one.
Actually beneficial.
Yeah, that's what that boils down to.
Because if you're talking to a stranger, you're getting an unbiased view. You have nobody who knows your life, nobody who's influenced or anything. You can talk freely to that person. You can't talk freely to everybody. I feel like even your mentor, you can't feel. I feel like you can't talk or open up freely.
But
to a mentor.
It boils down to the individual. But that's just me because I don't care what people think. So it's like I'm gonna tell you this, and if you think this way about me, hey, it is what it is.
So why don't you care what people think?
That's just me, though.
You see, that's something a therapist will help you dig down.
I know why, though. I know why.
All right, but I feel like even taking to the next step, because a lot of great people, a lot of professional, you have to think, even Tony Robbins, someone that we both look up to, he's a quote-unquote therapist. He's helping you and digging down. Did you watch his thing on Netflix?
He's a therapist. He's also a mentor.
He's a therapist to some people and he's a mentor to some people.
So you think that when he's talking to other people, he doesn't have those type of psychological questions in mind that comes out?
Wait, I don't understand the question you're asking.
If I'm a therapist, right, and I know how to get into your head when it comes to getting the right answers out, you don't think I'm going to use the same tactics to get that out?
Yeah, but a mentor also. There's a difference between the mentor and the therapist too. He's a mentor to some people because some people are trying to hit that $1 billion. No,
I didn't say it's the same thing. I said you don't necessarily need a therapist. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, say you don't theoretically need a therapist. It's very beneficial if you do have a therapist.
Okay.
We're actually at the email point, actually.
Yes, pull up some emails. Let's ask some questions.
All right, so let's start with the emails then.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been getting a lot of emails, but at the same time, a lot of people are not really asking us questions. They want us to discuss topics. So we have a lot of topics or a lot of discussions that we can have in the future, but
some of them we're gonna use as questions.
Exactly. So
like right now we're gonna answer some. It's a few of them, a few topics, but they look like they're questions, so we're actually gonna answer them as questions.
All right, so yeah, go through the ones that you wanted to answer as a question, and then we'll spend like 5 minutes on this, and then we'll head out. So this email's from Shane. You want to do that one, right?
Yeah. One question says, do you put your relationship first or your career/future first? That's actually a great question. I think that you will put your I think you'll put your career first, and your relationship goes along with that. No, I don't.
No, I feel like
no. Yes, I do. Let me actually break that down and explain that. Yeah, you put your career first because, I mean, relationships come and go unless you have that right partner. But if you have the right partner, they'll help you along your journey towards your career. So I believe you would put your career first. But that boils down to what do you feel is putting your career first? Because you don't want to jeopardize your career over a relationship. You don't want to jeopardize a relationship over your career.
So I feel like, there is no balance between a relationship and life career. Like there's no balance between relationship and your future or your goals or anything.
No, you gotta do one or the other.
It's gonna be one or the other, and I feel like that's why you hear a lot of successful people or a lot of very wealthy people are always going through different like partnerships, different relationships, because they're so focused on their career, they're so focused on their future that it's hard to balance that work and home life at the same time. So for me, I feel like it's whatever you really want. Some people, they value their relationship. They value relationships over their career. They put that on the first, and I feel like that's why you have those 40, 50, 60 years relationships. That's the only way that a relationship is going to last that long if you put that first. You can have somebody who's understanding. You can have somebody who agrees with you and everything, but they're only a person can only take so much.
Right.
If you keep putting things first, like work first, eventually that person's gonna give up and say I don't want this, or I didn't sign up for this. And
well, it also depends on you guys gotta communicate. That's what communication. That's when communication comes into effect.
Yeah, you can communicate, but somebody can still check out on you. Like you can have all the communication in the world, but I feel like eventually somebody's gonna check out. If you keep on repeating the same patterns and they want you to spend more time, spend the weekends with me, do this with me, and you keep saying the same patterns, they're gonna check out eventually.
Well, I mean, you have to make it where it's an understanding that I need to sacrifice this day or I need to sacrifice this moment. And you can have like set agendas where, okay, I work these days, but this is the day that we're going to come together and we're going to actually make things happen.
And that can happen, but even the place
even that, though, like
Shit happens.
Me and Shy, we have a day where we just spend to each other. But sometimes when work comes, I gotta get things done, or she gotta get things done. That's just what it is. Yeah, just don't force relationships, though. Just make sure you have a partner we can communicate with. Pick a question.
A question is, all right. So the last question that he asked that we'll go over because we're running out of time is: doing business with friends, smart move or bad choice?
You going first or what?
All right. So for me, I don't think it's either or. I mean, if you're the people that you call your friends, you knew them for a long time,
right?
So you kind of know their work habits and you kind of know what direction they're at in their life. So I feel like it makes it easier for you to be like, nah, I don't want to work with you, or yeah, I do want to work with you. Most of my business partners right now, they're quote unquote were business partners first, and then they turned into friends after that. A lot of my friends right now, they're not on the same path as me. They don't want the same things. They're not striving for the same goals. So why really force somebody or push somebody that you know their habits are not where you need to be successful? Because we quote unquote know what it takes and we know what we have to do.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize what they have to do and the work and the time that's going to go and put them successful. So you know your friends, you know how they are when it comes to work and stuff like that. So why even take that avenue?
Well, I think a friendship is also a business.
Okay.
So I feel like that's a way of pushing each other. Like business partners, you guys push each other to find out, what's your weakness, what's your strength, and then utilize it that way. It could be the same thing with a friendship.
In the business, honestly, I don't want to be pushing nobody. If you're my business partner, I don't want to be pushing you. That's the easiest way to end the relationship or a business relationship with me.
By pushing it, why?
Pushing like somebody, let me like do this or do that.
But it depends on what's your point. What's your definition of pushing? Because that right there, that wouldn't be pushing. That'd be the
you're thinking motivated. Yes, I of course I'm gonna motivate.
That's how
my
you push
business
someone,
partner.
No.
So
you don't push someone by motivating them,
huh?
You don't push someone by motivating them.
Motivating, I feel like is you're having a bad day. You can make it through it. When I think of pushing,
but I don't motivate like that. I'll be real. And it just gets to them. You're right. Let me get in my shit.
Yeah, like I said, motivating for me is helping somebody, or like they're having a bad day, they're not doing this. You need to pull yourself together. Pushing somebody is, did you check your emails today? How about you go do this? Like doing certain stuff. Like go apply for that. Like start the website yourself. Like me having to actually spoon feed you and things like that. That's what I'm thinking about when I say pushing. Me pushing you to do stuff that you should already be doing because you're so motivated to do it yourself.
Keep going.
Motivating a person for me is like you're having a bad day. Don't worry, we got this. Don't worry, the vision is coming. Pushing to me somebody.
But that's you can push someone and motivate them. You don't have to say, yo, bro, the day is coming. That's not really motivating. That's just like, they're just talking to me.
No. When I'm saying pushing, I'm saying like, I'm pushing you. Like I'm basically dragging you along with me. I'm like,
that's dragging, not pushing.
But it's the same thing, bro.
How?
I'm pushing you along. I don't want to be pushing.
Pulling you along.
Pulling or pushing. I don't want to have to feel your weight.
There's a difference.
Pulling and pushing.
Yeah, there's a big difference with that.
But
you can push someone towards like you can push someone so they can really see, you got to get on your shit. That's pushing someone.
In a business relationship, I don't want to have that though. I want to be motivating somebody. I don't want to be pushing them. I don't want to be like dragging them or like letting them know, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this.
It depends on what your ideal of push is though, because you can be in a business in which you don't have to you can push them, but you don't have to tell them what to do. You don't have to pull them. You can just push them.
But
like with you and Jada, you guys push each other, but y'all don't pull each other.
No, I don't think we push each other. We motivate each other.
How?
We motivate.
But you guys are doing business. You just say you don't want to motivate.
Huh?
You just say you don't want to motivate.
No, I said business. I only want to motivate in the business. I don't want to push or pull. I don't have to hit up T like, finish this website for me. I don't have to hit up T.
I think that's
buy
pulling?
this training. No, that's pulling. Yes, but I don't have to do that.
That's what I'm saying. What about push? Because I feel you should push, not pull.
It's the same thing, bro.
No, it's not. How?
You don't think it's the same thing? It's the same thing, bro. I don't want to have to drag anybody. I don't want to have to use my weight to push somebody to the next level. Push, pull, drag. I don't want to have to take somebody to the next level.
It's your words that you use though, because you can have a business with someone. You have to push each other in the business. You have to. There's no way where you in order for you to understand a person's strengths and weaknesses, you have to communicate, but you have to push each other though, because there's gonna be some days where it's like, I need to push you. You need to push me.
That's motivating somebody. Okay, my definition of push, pull, pull, drag is literally you're taking one step, you're pushing somebody up, or you're pulling somebody up to that step with you. That's what I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about motivating. Motivating for me is you're having an off day. Yo, you got this. Yo, remember the vision. Yo, we got this. Pushing or pulling somebody is like, yo, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? Me being on top of their back, asking them questions. Like, and like I said,
that depends though. That goes down to the individual. That's what that boils down to.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be in a business partnership. Like the question was doing business with friends. I don't want to be in a business relationship with somebody that I'm gonna have to push. And I know my friends who are
right, and that boils down to your friends because not everyone's friends are the same.
Yeah, I'm just talking about it in general though.
Yeah, but the question you gotta keep in mind, these questions are what you feel about your life.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel
you don't have to answer it like
right. I feel you can do business with friends. You have to have the right friend though.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I agree. You have to have that right friend who have the same vision as that.
That's why your friends also change though. You don't have the same friends.
And that's what I said. A lot of my friends now were business partners first, and they kind of transformed into friends.
Right.
Yeah, it's all depends if you're smart. You know the vision you have. You know where you want to go, basically. So if you feel like your friends have that same vision and that same drive as you, then go for it. But if you feel like they're slacking and you're gonna have to be on top of their ass, like saying do this, do that, then that's not the person, because that's gonna end up biting you. Because it takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of things you don't want to do, a lot of pushing and stuff like that. That
not every friend requires you to do business with.
Exactly. Me personally, I don't know if I see a business opportunity that I know somebody will be good at, if I bring it up to them and they seem motivated, then yeah, let's shoot a shot.
Guys, we also want feedback on this episode too.
Yeah, talk to us. Yeah, talk to us. Write us emails. Keep sending the emails.
This was good because this is actual conversation that we have.
Yeah.
The length and everything. So this is actually good. So guys, give us feedback to your thoughts on each question, on each debate that we just went through.
Yeah, follow us on social media, Handsome
Kelly _
Yeah, and Way Too Irrational.
We also got Guru in the building.
Yeah, we have Guru. Yeah.
Alejandro M31.
Alejandro M31. Also follow Nick, the guy who does all our art and everything. It's Nick D _ the artist. the still there. The artist. Yeah, also follow him too if you need any graphic work done, anything like that. Hit him up. It's a dope artist right there. And
again, guys, continue emailing us. Give us some feedback. Let us know some more topics you want to cover. Let us know some more questions you want answered as well. Again, our email is whatarewedoingpc@gmail.com. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Until next time.
Yeah, we will see you next week.
Later, guys.
Later.